Hello and welcome to Gabbitt Media and my apology. This is an apology for the last video that I made, which was making cool environments really quickly. I've got my notes down here because I think an auto cue can be less personal and I think it's worth me doing a proper apology. I didn't understand the Quixel Megascans license, so I should have looked a lot closer. My understanding from the initial sort of quick read of the documentation that I did was that you could not use the scanned content commercially in any way outside of Unreal Engine. And I'm pretty sure I've seen other YouTubers and things doing sort of speed art of creating environments. So I kind of assumed that it was okay. Well, it really isn't. It goes much further than that. Their license, you can't use them, their assets, full stop. So hobbyists, students, you're not allowed to use them in Blender. Now, of course, that's quite a shock to me. Thanks for those other people in the comments that pointed that out, letting me know about my mistake. Again, I was sort of slightly surprised when I commented back. I'm sure this is fine for portfolios and things, but apparently it's not. The reason why I thought you could use them for simple artwork and portfolio and stuff like that was they have the Bridge link. And they link it, they have the ability, or you have the ability in Bridge to link to Blender and you can import straight into Blender. Why would they have that if it's not okay to use? Well, the reason, and the only reason for that, is that you can bring them into Blender, edit them, and then take them back into Unreal for your final edit. So that's the only reason why you're allowed to use these outside programs or use their assets in these outside programs. So once again, really sorry about that. Hopefully that clears things up. You're not allowed to use the scanned assets within Blender and kind of render them out. This has got me thinking a lot about how I should be teaching in terms of environment design and how Blender isn't really a great tool for it because obviously you can use it to create something like a brick wall, but a scanned asset's going to look much better. Quixel does a really amazing job and it's all just there and you can use it within Unreal, so why am I not teaching Unreal and showing how you can use it in there? The main focus for me for this channel is to show people what they can do for free or really low cost, so it's accessible to everybody out there. So initially I haven't used paid add-ons, generally speaking. I sometimes promote the odd one. It helps this channel and they're quite good add-ons, but generally I try and keep everything sort of vanilla Blender. But the more I think about it, the more that's not really viable if you want to get into the industry. You will end up needing to use scanned assets. It's going to be more common. Yes, in terms of particular points of interest, you'll need to understand and know how to model those yourselves. But generally speaking, there's going to be a lot of, especially in environment art and game level design and game creation in general, you're going to be using assets that you brought in from other places if you don't want to spend years and years creating games. And that's going to become more common as we go through, and it's kind of how you use those assets creatively. And in a way, it's a great thing to be able to use those assets because you can really get going with your creativity rather than spend hours and hours creating minute assets that are going to be repeated all over the place and there's already someone who's made it. So let me know if you want to see more content from things like Unreal and Unity and Quixel and so forth. I've obviously still got a lot to learn there, but it'll be interesting to see if people want that from this channel to just kind of diversify into those areas. So as for the video, I'll be taking that down because I don't think it's appropriate to obviously break their license agreement like that, which it is a break because I am rendering in Blender and showing the final product in Blender. I would actually like to recreate it and do it on Unreal and maybe do a comparison to the render engines. I'm sure that's probably okay, and it would be interesting to see what sort of effects we can get in Unreal that maybe make it look better or don't match up to Cycles. We'll have to wait and see, and I'll consider whether that really is okay in terms of their license. Now there might be some kind of hateful comments about Quixels and stuff about their license, but actually it's amazing that we can even use all these assets at all because they certainly cost a lot to make. All these scanned assets, they have a team of sort of people going around to lots of different locations. It costs a lot of money. So we should respect their license, and it's great that we can actually use it for kind of free within their programs as hobbyists anyway, and creating portfolios and students. So it's a good thing and we should respect that, in my opinion. So I'm very sorry for all those that were really excited about creating their environments really quickly within Blender. Hopefully you'll be able to do the same in Unreal fairly soon, and I'm sure you'll be able to look up some tutorials about that yourself. But yes, sorry to sort of create that sense of excitement where there wasn't any. But thanks for watching and happy creating.